Just wonder how many of you believe in doppelgangers? Have any of you seen a doppelganger? Had an experience of a doppelganger? Do you know what a doppelganger is? A doppelganger is, for those who don't know, a doppelganger is somebody who is seen twice at the same time by another person. So this was when I think I was 17. Yeah, I was 17 years old, and I was on the patio with my other brother. We'll call him D. And I was holding his rally bike, and he was pumping up the tyre. And I happened to look over this way. Now, at that time, there was like about 5 or 6 fir trees, but there were still the gaps in them. The direction I was looking and where I was stood, you could see the gaps in 2 of the fir trees. This particular fir tree, this is one at the end, I happened to see a young boy. And this young boy walked from this fir tree to that fir tree. So there was enough time between the fir trees to see. No, I wasn't wasn't like a quick flash of this, second flash of this person. It was like about, 6 seconds. I noticed this person. He had dark hair, he was very slim, he had scruffy looking, very tight, well not tight, but they would have been tight in somebody who wasn't skinny, I guess. Narrow jeans on, scruffy plimsolls on. So somebody who's had their, casual clothes on, and probably who loved going out tree climbing and stuff. That type of how they looked. And I knew instantly who it was. And I said to my brother D, I've just seen, we'll call him C. I've just seen C. And I went into the garden, walked down here, went into the garden, and I went and called out his name. Now, he disappeared here. Now here, there's a garage. There's a big garage. You can put about 2 cars in. And there's a door here. But, so where I was standing, there's a space here also. There's a fence going all the way down. Now, this brother C, youngest brother C, would have had to go all the way down there. We would have seen him. And he just vanished. Now, my mum was in the kitchen. The kitchen's here. So let's go back over here. We're here. The kitchen's here. The door's here. The window's there. The living room, window's there. And this is where my brother, youngest brother, which is another story, flat was. So this is the conservatory here, okay? That is now a conservatory, but at the time there was just a patio. So I went over to the kitchen window and I saw my mum cooking. And I went through and I said, I've just seen Carl in the garden. And the first thing Mum said to me was, I'd gone white. And the reason why I'd gone white was because it was impossible for Carl to be... I've said his name now. It was impossible for Carl to be in the garden because he was at school. And the time on that day was 2:30 in the afternoon. He would have been at school. He didn't leave the school when he was that age. He didn't leave the school until I think it was 3:30. And I knew that's my first ever experience of knowing about a doppelganger.